Hello, people of the internet. For today's episode, we have something that nobody wants to do, and therefore we will do it together. There is this tool called fedora-review. The project is called fedora-review with the uppercase here, but it's the command line tool that it provides is fedora-review. Now, this tool is used for every package review. That is to, like, whenever you want to add a new package to the official Fedora repositories, the fedora-review tool is run against that package to make sure everything is okay. So it is used for every Fedora package. The problem is nobody wants to maintain it and develop it. So that's not the worst part, actually. The worst part is that some of the people have access to it, but nobody except for Michael knows how to release a new version of this package. So when I'm also an admin, so I can contribute to the project. Well, everybody can contribute to the project. I can merge pull requests. And when I fixed an important bug a few years ago, basically a bug affecting everyone in a major way, I didn't know how to release a new version of this tool. So what I did was basically I took the existing Fedora release that there was at the time, and I just rebuilt it with my pull request, with my code from my pull request as a downstream patch to that package, which is like something you would do when trying to backport something into some old rel version or something like that, but not how you would do an upstream development of some tool, right? So the most limiting factor for this project is actually releasing, because personally, I don't have a motivation to fix any bugs because I know they won't be released because nobody knows how to release. So maybe we could try to figure out how to release this project. And this is most definitely going to suck, but somebody needs to do it. Yeah, I will need to obscure this screen, sorry. So if I go to maybe scratch buffer on both, alright, so. Okay, I will need to obscure this too, oh my god, sorry. So if we jump to Fedora, I don't have the project cloned, alright. So first let's clone the project. Git clone this one. Git fedora-review, and I should probably make the font larger. Same here, right? Okay, so we have the project. I can index the Git directory and Fedora review readme, right? So we have some readme. I checked, there is no information about how to release the project. There is how to run it from Git, there is how to contribute to it, and so on. I doubt anything is up to date because, I don't know, for example, yeah, Fedora doesn't use IRC anymore, and so on. So yeah, basically there is not any information about releasing. Now, what does releasing even mean? It means running tests or any other CI or checks, anything like that, increasing the version of the software in the relevant files, like any Python files containing the versions or the spec file and so on, and then generating a tarball with sources that can be used to build an RPM, for example, or any other package format. So if we take a look here, we have some make file. So pylint flake 8 black. Alright, so we should be able to use make file to run some checks. We also have make release, which is fun. We have run pylints, and we have update version. By any chance, is update version used here? It is. This looks fun. So reads version from setup py, create a source tarball and customize spec file. This looks promising. Does it use any make anything? Make release? No. Or make file? No. So we probably should run a make file manually. So cat make file. So there is this one. Okay, so we have some styling error. Same. We have some pylint errors. Right. Make black. Oh, so this reformat stuff. Alright. I don't want this. Okay, so we don't want any of this. Discard yes. Git status. Alright. Should we start writing a documentation for this? Fedora-review. So we can create a new really sync MD, or should we write it to contribute? Let's use a new file so it's clear. How to release a new version. Sorry, my headings are smaller than the standard font size because of my bug in a configuration, but don't worry, this one will be large. I will fix that later. Anyway, so linters. These should be run by a CI, but shouldn't block a release or something like that. And we did these, right? Basically, it should report while submitting the pull requests, but once it gets to the stage where somebody wants to release, this shouldn't be relevant. All right. So what do we have here? We have run pylint. Run pylint. So you can run pylint on a specific file, maybe. Okay. Run pylint on a specific file. This is of course not relevant to releasing. We will move that to some relevant documentation later. What do we have here next? So now we are getting to the make release and update version. So what does update version do? Update version from version template. And where does it? So here, change there to some directory, source fedora-review. I cannot write. Otherwise, remove version, and then it updates the version, but I don't really understand where does it take the version? Where does it take it from? Designed to work as git post commit hook. That's completely weird. Why would I run this as a post commit hook? Blame. So this is 2012. What happens if I run this? So this is update version, git status, nothing. Right, so let's put debugger here and take a look because I'm confused. So sure, here, change there. Can I write, does it exist? It exists. So before removing it, let's take a look what's inside. So source version, this one. Okay, so we are talking about this file. Okay, so it removes it. Yeah, it's removed. And then what? Then it inserts current working directory, sure. Import version, sure. And exit. But that doesn't, it creates the file. What the hell? How did it create the file? So am I stupid or something? I am probably, but syspath insert. I mean, this inserts something into path. This imports a version, like what? Like, check this out. We remove it here, then we do these two lines, and now it exists. What the hell? I haven't. Okay, this is black magic. Either way, what happens if when I check this out, review. So this version is used here or no? Version is created from template by version.py. So this sounds to me like if we create a new version here and then maybe run the make a release, then we have a chance to actually generate what we want. Before that, what if we run the make a release? Could not create. Why? Let's take a look at the release. Could not create. Oh, this is a bash file. Fuck me. What does this mean? File not exists? What's the file? No. Right, so I guess we are running these two and they fail. I don't want quiet. What does this do? Dist fedora-review. Right, because the format changed with new like PyPI. If you, how would I put this? So if you previously, if you had a package called fedora-review-service, then this Python setup build would generate fedora-review-version.gz. But with very recently, this year or something, the tooling changed and now it generates with underscores. This is a new policy required by PyPI. So I think we need to fix the release script and do this. And make release. Warning, there are uncommitted changes. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Okay, I think we can kill this. I want to check out a new branch, which will be new release. Oh, whoa, what the hell is happening? Be release docs. So we fixed this. We will start committing. So fix dist tarball name. It has underscores now. What do we have here next? It did some mock. Fedora. What was the fucking version? The tests were fine, but then we had a problem with virtual env. So cannot import this. Where did this came from? Python 3 knows. I think we shouldn't even be using it, no? We are doing this in a virtual env. That means we are not testing with Python packages from Fedora, but actually Python environment with pip installed stuff. I don't like this very much, but since we are talking about Fedora tool, but that's not relevant right now. Here, bin knows tests. So no. Is anywhere in our code this? No. So also today, sorry for the noise from the washing machine. My god, there is always noise in this house. So I am confused. Like where? If we search for find grep nose, nothing. Git grep nose, run tests. All right. So if we do not run pylint, we want test run tests. Okay. So we have a reproducer for running just tests. And it also has its own readme. So run tests. This should actually be a part of the release process. And it's simple as this, right? Now let's take a look at test readme tests knows, yeah. So run test is a bash wrapper using nose tests and virtual env, which runs also on Apple. A deprecated script run test spy only working on Fedora is still lingering here. Okay. Running a single test file, sure. So there is some instruction on running the tests. Can we get to the part where our nose tests are done? or maybe, well, yeah, we need to see the run test script, which is also a bash. Beautiful. Okay, so we have, yeah, this looks complicated, but also like we clearly see how the tests are being run and so on. So that's a good sign. Let me run it again and no, die. How? This is just annoying. Okay, so first of all, no subtests command not found. And I would even say it's not in Fedora anymore. Fedora no subtests is deprecated and removed. You should switch to run like PyTest. Yeah. So what can we do about this? No. I don't know how much it's no set. Okay, so basically this command is bugged, right? Is this in my virtual env or everywhere? So if I make a new no set tests, all right, so it's here. Okay, so it's not from the virtual env. And if we do 3, 4, okay, so it's broken basically. We should probably why is run tests mentioning update version? I have all the questions in the world. So no set tests. Could we basically just use PyTest and PyTest like this? Let's try this. Python m PyTest. No clue what is going to happen. Run tests. Is this good? Is this bad? Let me put on some music. Maybe this. Okay. So this is just a linter, right? So running tests. Okay, this failed. Unrecognized options. Do we need to make this so complicated? So I think we should be able to remove as many of the stuff. Yeah, everything gone. No capture. I think we can Yeah, everything gone. Shit. What was the errors at the beginning, so we don't have to run this again. No module named unit test 2. That's because we are creating some environment, right? Source this one activate, so somehow we need to add packages into it. So this is this, search for this, jump here. Okay, so here is some executable. What the hell is even happening here? No. No, that's great. That's just great. Is there some setup.py? No. Conf? No. Pip? So how did this stuff, how is this stuff supposed to get into the environment, right? So if I do rpm-q, this is not installed. Can I install something like this? DNF search unit test 2. Is this supposed to be installed on my machine or? I mean, could I then do some virtual env install? Oh, here. Oh, here. All right, there is no setup.conf. Yeah, so basically I'm supposed to do something like pip install something like this. Install q upgrade probably. Shoot. Upgrade probably, and they have 2 spaces, so let's do the same like this. No matching distribution found in test 2, and then no module named unit test 2. Anyway, let's try to Google this, because what do I know what's unit test 2? Unit test 2. To use unit test 2 instead of unit test, simply replace. Okay, but that's what we are doing now. No matching distribution found, unit test 2. Can we Google this one? Perfect. What annoys me also is this, so we will try to put like this, installing new virtual env. Okay, so we don't have the errors anymore, but we have still the problem with the unit test from versions none. If I open the PyPI page, does it say how to install it? If we take a look at the, does it have a GitHub page or something like that? Is this only for Python 2? The new features backported to Python 2.4. So this is probably not something we want. If we take a look at this GitHub, also Python. Okay, no. Can we just use standard unit test? Git grep unit test 2. Okay, so that's not that many files. I should be smart enough to know how to replace all those occurrences at once, but I'm not. So we will do that manually. So we see git grep unit test 2 in all files within tests, and we will do that manually. So we will do import unit test and import unit test, and also here we should be able to do that manually. We should be able to have some copilot or something like that, a cursor maybe, and say, hey, replace all of this. I can do this myself. Alright, so all of them are updated. If we run the tests now, what happens? Okay, so we got past the errors and we are running the tests now, which fail. Okay. That's not nice. By the way, we don't need to install the unit tests, right? No, this is a lot of errors already. I'm thinking maybe we should probably put a verbose output here, maybe before the arguments, so that we can see what's going on. Yeah. Oh my god. Can't parse spec files, so all of those are basically the same. Oh, this is a lot of errors. Is the problem the missing mock configs? It could be. So git grep this one, it's not here. So how is it picking the Fedora 36? Like, this complains about this being missing, and it's not there. So okay, let's test our checks. And in it we have test all checks. Init test. Does it say anything about the mock config? It doesn't. Download files and so on. Mock build exception. Git grep mock build. Do we find anything here? Load config. If we search git grep fedora grep 36, these are line numbers, not useful. Not useful. Fedora. Wait. Git grep. Oh, I was good. So for some reason, the tests mentioned this. However, the run tests here mention this. Let's take a look at run tests again. Fedora 36. Alright. Okay, I'm blind. Maybe I should look. Yeah, I'm blind because this was just a few lines above what I was writing. Anyway, currently we have Fedora 42 and Fedora 43, right? If we run the test again, what happens now? What can we do about this? Oh, this comes from... This comes from this, probably. So I don't know if we want to activate then or not. We source it here, and then we source the same thing. I mean, okay, so maybe this is not even useful. Let's kill this. So still can't parse the spec file. Can't parse the spec file. Yeah, still the same. Okay, so it's always the same error. No. There's so many errors. Missing mock config. Still. Where does this come from? Git. Okay, finish please. Git grep 37 is not very useful line, but no, we cannot see it anywhere. Like I'm trying to search for the Fedora 37 piece and okay. Git grep Fedora, that's even less useful. That's too many stuff. X8 E386 maybe. Okay, so in test options here, this is it. This is it. Test options E386. So this is probably our problem. We will put a breakpoint here and we will hope that it will stop there. And it either didn't stop or it wasn't called. Another is here. So yeah, this will. Okay, please finish. Since there are exceptions down the road, to me it looks like we actually where we didn't run with F. Okay, this is insanity. This is just insane. But this must be it, right? Because next release, and we were talking about 37, which isn't anywhere, so I guess it's from the 36 plus 1. Where is this release defined? In FR test case. Here, 36. Fun. So do we need to update this to 42? Also, we need to note this because this will need to be changed. What was the file name? FR test case, this one. Change the release to a currently stable Fedora version. By the way, you can imagine how annoying it is to update the Fedora version every time you want to do a release, because let's say you release once in a year, for example, for a tool like this. then every time you need to make sure this is up to date. So in this very case, Fedora distro aliases is very useful because it allows you to query the currently latest stable Fedora version. So this would return a F42 or 3 maybe at this very moment, I'm not sure. Probably 43 because it was released yesterday. Or you could take stable. This will get you a list of all stable ones, which will be 41, 42, 43 at this very moment. And you could take the first element of the list and you will have the first version, and you can plus one to it as you want. So to do use Fedora distro aliases. Okay, and we updated it, so if we run this now, maybe it will work, but I need to maybe remove my breakpoints because they are messing with us. And the dash s put away. Okay, hopefully this won't be a complete disaster. This looks suspicious because previously it took way shorter. But it is also possible it found the correct mock config and it uses it, and maybe we are running it is running the mock now, so it takes longer, but it will be successful. I don't know. If we ps ax grep mock, so this looks weird, but this is the test probably. So yeah, it's running. I don't know what the hell this is because we updated it, but whatever. Okay, so it seems that the test is actually running. Or, by the way, it's possible that it is running in parallel. I'm not sure. Is there any parallelism here? Not sure. I don't see any ampersands at the end of the lines or something like that, so I'm not sure. Let's wait. This could be good. I'll be back in 2 minutes. wow, so we were right. It's starting to be successful. Oh, and just as I said, we have our first failure and second one. And the third one. Fuck. Alright. So maybe let's wait for a few additional ones. And then let's kill the script to see the outputs. And let's try to debug them. This is really slow. So I have no idea if this will take another 5 minutes to finish. I have no idea if this will take 5 hours to finish. It certainly is slow. But I think we are aiming to a good direction, don't you think? So once we finish the tests, I think we should be able to make release. We should be able to run this script. So run tests is right in the middle of it. If the tests doesn't fail, then it will create a dist directory, replace some changelogs in the spec file and produce a spec file. Then it will create a, source 0 is the tarball, so it will create a tarball. Then it will, I don't know, symlink something. It will go to the dist directory and it will BS. That means it will generate a source RPM file, which is exactly what we need. And it will say I created this stuff in dist. Alright, so one of the files in dist will be the source RPM file, which is exactly what we need. It contains both spec file and the sources tarball, so that's exactly what we need and what we are going to build RPMs from. And this is some cleanup phase. And here are some steps. So merge on devel reactivate. Okay, whatever. Update. Yeah, body announce. Nice to have. All right, so this is whatever. Half of it is the standard Fedora release process. Half of it I don't know, but it shouldn't be any blocker basically if we decide to want to upload to Fedora hosted, the service is dead. So it shouldn't trouble us. Once we have the source RPM, then we don't give a shit. We can update this as we want to. So this looks really promising. So my guess is running this will generate the tarballs for the current version. And if we increment the this file and run the script, then we will generate the stuff for the new one, right? So maybe let's document that. Here in this directory, we have a version template to build sources for the, to build SRPM for the current version, to build SRPM for to release a new new version as source RPM, right? This is definitely a work in progress draft. We will definitely need to clean it up afterwards, but oh, this is incorrect. So let's do this as a heading. Update the version here, and then around the make release, right? Same as here. Now kill this. Oh, how so? I thought we will get the output. Shoot. So what if we run just this one? Will this work? What are we looking at? Test checks, self-run spec. Wow. And okay, it is, oh, patch is obsolete. Okay, so we found the error. And that's why it cannot parse the spec file. Okay, this looks good. So patch N. Alright, but is this actually something we are trying to test? Or no, this is expecting 0, so this should be a working spec file. Test spec is test spec. Okay. I mean, let's go to test checks here. And it should have test spec, small, test spec, okay, this one, okay, I kind of hoped it defines the spec file. Can we find maybe the line number where this failed? We need to go a bit lower, probably. Here, test checks, 427. 427. But the helper is here. Review helper 249. Review helper 249. Can't parse spec file. Where? What spec file is being used here? Let's try to randomly grab and hope. Git grab patch 0 in test. So is this it? Yet this on spec. Is this the spec file being used? Patch 0. So now we do patch 0 like this, I think. What does it say, the error line? Patch N is obsolete. Use patch N or patch PN. Okay, so patch N is the format that should work now. So still a failure. Can't parse spec file. So maybe we'll... Yeah, we didn't have luck with the lock. Now, maybe it shouldn't be a patch 1, because that would require us to have a patch 0, right? We can maybe try to grab this. Yeah, okay. Is it possible that such a patch is outside of the test? No. Okay, so I have no clue where this is coming from. Should we test checks here? Run spec. What's the spec? Okay, so spec probably means a test case, not spec as a spec file. Run spec. Okay, a lot of stuff that I have no idea what it means. Cannot parse. Can parse the spec file. I think we will need to. Can we get a debugger here? Okay, let's. Oh, this wasn't in our repository. Cannot parse. Shit. Parse spec file. If we put a debugger here, will we get to it? And we need to probably use -s. There was a new error. Unrecognized arguments. That's nice. Run tests. So if we hard code it here, PyTest like this, and we do maybe -s so that we can. Oh, this will continue running, right? What if we do this? Now the -s is hard coded, so hopefully. Okay. We didn't see this before. Is this caused by the -s? No idea. Maybe. Oh, this hurts so much. We failed on. Yeah. This is BDB quit, which means this was caused by the debugger. Nice. So can't parse the spec file. Please tell me what spec file we are parsing, because I'm getting insane right here. Do run out file. This is output file probably, so that's not the spec file we need. Command line sysrgv, which shouldn't be helpful in our case. Maybe let's run it again. And oh shit, why is it running all tests? Dash S needs to be gone. Again. Report result. Where does it take the fucking spec file from? NVR bug name. So does it get it from get dir name? Is this a test stuff or not? No, this abstract bug. So is abstract bug a mock class or spec URL? Oh, Jesus. Downloading spec files. So is it possible print foo and print bar, one more A, and if we print self spec URL, is this going to be called or not? Because if yes, okay, we need to okay, this is just insanity, because I cannot even control Z this. Like, this is... I want to kill all of this. Let me have a scratch buffer so we don't lose it. So we want to kill this mock. Maybe not be so hard about it. No such process. This vim is... I know where this came from. Nano. What the hell? Kill this one. And this Python, I'm not sure. PS. Kill 9. This. Kill 9. This. Okay, so we killed all the insanity that was there. If we run this again, should we get the foobar output? We should, but I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure we actually call this this function. I just guessed. So doesn't look logs in, but yeah, they are not, because we looked there, right, and it's empty, so the logs are useless. Maybe we are not using the download function then. Wow. I think this is a good place to stop, because we are hour and 15 minutes in, and I actually need to be doing something else. This was just off topic thing for me, not my main planned work for this week. So we need to stop here. In the next episode, we will continue on the fedora-review tool, and we will try to finish fixing the tests, and then we will try the release itself, we already made some notes how to do the release with this. So it should be easy once we finish the tests, but we will see. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.